Lizzie from Hardbeat, and I'm here with Eric from Shinedown.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm better than I deserve to be today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How come?
Oh man, like I get the right before headliner, a download, main stage. I mean, I'm quite I'm quite lucky to be where I am, you know.
Yeah. How are you feeling about the set later?
I feel we have a banger set today for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. We're actually trying to squeeze in more songs than we probably should.
Yeah.
And for the time we have, and you can't go over your set time. That's like the bad form, right?
Yeah.
So, but we're talking about like we got to get all these in. So it's gonna be fast, packed full set today.
That'll be incredible.
Great. Yeah.
So how does it feel to you as a musician playing such an iconic festival like Download?
Yeah, this comes up all the time. So in the States, when we were kids, you know, I'm kind of older, right? So we would go to the record stores and they'd sell VHS tapes of Donington.
Yeah.
And you could get every year they'd have like the best of or like one band, or you could buy bootlegs of bands' performances from Donington. And so I grew up watching that stuff when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old, 13 years old. And so there's this extra weight to playing this festival. For me personally, I actually talked to my guitar tech about it this morning. We had some breakfast this morning, and I said, man, what is it about Download that always is a little more nerve-wracking than all the other festivals? Like, we play festivals all over the world, and there's something about this one that has more weight to it. And he just looks at me, he goes, it's history. And I said, you're right. I said, you're exactly right. I'm not one to be nervous before I play. Yeah. Generally,
okay. That's good.
I'm a little dissociated sometimes from that stuff. But this is one that when we're backstage, when the intro is playing, I'm going to be a little bit nervous.
You're going to get pumped up.
Yeah.
So, well, speaking of that, so you talk really openly in your songs about your mental health and how it affects people.
Yep.
How important is it to you that message is carried through in your live performances?
It's really, really important to me that we talk honestly about that, because it doesn't discriminate. And that's one of the things that's why I'm so passionate about talking about it. It's why the band's so passionate about talking about it. I deal with it every day.
Yeah.
Some days more than others. I had a really bad day yesterday.
Yeah.
I had a really, really, really bad mental health day yesterday.
Yeah.
Like one of those, like, down in it, terrible thoughts, the whole thing. It doesn't matter if you're in the band that's going on before the headliner Download, or you're a carpenter, or you're working in a convenience store, or you're a mother, whatever. It doesn't matter. And we all, if you have that problem, we all deal with it. It has just as much gravity no matter who you are.
Yeah.
And so that's the important thing for me to get across, because I feel like there's healing in that, where you can hear someone who perhaps it's your favorite band, and they're singing about something that they go through that's the same thing that you go through.
Yeah.
And here's something else that it does for me. This is selfish, but it keeps me in check with it, because it's like, we again, I have dark thoughts, and it's like,
you have to confront them then, I guess.
And I think about this thing about, like, well, what if something happens to me, what does that say to others?
Yeah.
And so it keeps me in check with it too. It's wildly important to be able to talk about it and articulate it.
Yeah.
And so I would be remiss as a songwriter if I didn't try to articulate that in lyrics in a way that when you're relaying it to someone, you take a song like Monsters, or a song like Symptom of Being Human, a song like 365, which is a new single we have out, which is
involving
losing people, but it's framed in that sort of way of with a tinge of the mental health thing with it. Like, it's gonna ring authentic to someone who's been through it. And so it's massively important for me to feel like that's something that we can talk freely about.
Yeah, and music helps so many people through it. It's such a good way to sort of, even in your darkest days, you can put some music on.
People can smell bullshit a mile away.
Yeah.
Like, I've always said that about songwriting, and if you're writing something that's disingenuous, that's not genuine to you, people will know it.
Yeah.
And so it's I have to talk about the things I know, and we have to talk about the things we know, you know. And so I just did a whole solo record that is surrounding that. A lot of that mental health stuff is in there. A great deal of it is in there, and I'm hoping that I framed it in a way that people can feel the authenticity in it, you know.
Yeah. So that came out in February, right? Didn't it? How did you find sort of the process of making that versus Shinedown record? Did you have more sort of like creative flair, or
equal? You know, the blessing and the curse of writing something yourself and playing all the instruments yourself and doing the whole thing yourself. The blessing and the curse is the same thing. The blessing is that I don't have to listen to anybody else. I can do this whole thing that I want to do on my own. I don't have to listen to Brent's opinion or Barry's opinion or Zach's opinion about anything. Which I respect, by the way, when we're doing Shinedown music. But that's great. The curse is that I don't have anybody else's opinions to let me know if what I'm doing is good or not. You know, it's like, because I think about those times we're writing Shinedown music, and maybe I wanted to take something in one direction, and the group decided that, like, no, we need to do this, and it ends up being the perfect thing. It's like, how many perfect things did I not have on my record because I didn't have anybody there to rein me in? You know. So it's wildly freeing in a way to be able to but at the same time wildly maddening to be the only opinion in a room and just have to go, you know what, I think this is great, and this is what it is, and for better or worse, you know, I'm going to sink or swim with this. But
true. So what have you and the band, what have you got planned for the rest of 2025?
Oh, we're making a record, man. We're super busy. We're making a record and touring at the same time, which we've finished records and toured before. Like we've stopped a record making process for a tour before. Like I think we toured with Maiden, you know, what, 6, 7, 8 years ago here in UK and in Europe. We stopped the writing process of the Attention record to tour with Maiden, which actually ended up being a huge blessing because it inspired us in a way. When we came back to writing songs, we wrote some really great songs after that. But it seems like with this record, we're sprinkling it around a lot more. Like we'll write a couple of songs, we'll record a couple of things, then we'll go tour, then we'll come back and mix a couple of things, and it's kind of been this sort of mix mash thing where we put these 2 singles out. They're the only 2 songs we have mixed right now, you know. But there are other songs waiting to be mixed. There's songs waiting to be written. There's some songs that are written that still just need some production. So we go home from this show. I think Zach and Brent stick around for one extra show. They're doing an acoustic show in London, and then we go right back to my studio and start. I'm gonna go home and finish a couple of mixes, and then they're gonna show up, and we're gonna write some more. And I think it'll probably be the last writing session of the for the record. And then we're going to do all this writing, and then we're going to go do the second leg of our tour we've been doing in the States. So that'll take 2 months. But once we're back from that, then we just finish the record. Like at that point, we have all the songs, and we're gonna power through and get it done. So super busy year. But you know what I always say? If you keep moving, they can't catch you. So
just keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you
I
for
appreciate
talking to us. It's lovely to meet you.
Very nice to meet you as well.
Looking forward to the set later.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Count off 1, 2.